let's go ahead and get into Trey Lance. For me, I had him as my last ranked quarterback. I want to say that's probably a little bit different for you.
Oh, so you have him as your last ranked quarterback going in now?
Yeah.
So I have him up a little bit higher. I actually have him as the second ranked quarterback based off overall preseason performance. And the reason why I have him so high is I think that there are still a lot of faults or flaws in Trey Lance's quarterback game. But what I think is really important is what the value that he brings to that 49ers offense. And if anyone watched the week 3 preseason game against the Raiders, Kyle Shanahan was implementing kind of a QB rotation where Lance would run out and then Garoppolo would run out, and they bring in new plays. And I think that value that Lance brings onto that team, going in the preseason, I thought he was just going to be a backup, and the only way he would play is if he's playing every single minute. But Shanahan, the innovator that he is, I think that's very smart. And now they were going up against the second-string Raiders defense, but they were moving the ball. They were moving the ball so easily. They were able to do read options. You're able to throw with Lance. You're able to run with Lance as well. Garoppolo can run a little bit. He did run for a touchdown in that preseason game, but
that scared me a little bit. I was nervous when he.
I was actually I saw him going for that, and he went head first. I was like, "Ooh, that's a little scary for a preseason game." But the reason why I bump Lance up so high, though, is because of the he was able to meet the coach's goal. And like, hey, we want to implement this type of game plan and implement this type of strategy. And Lance came in and was able to do that. And he bought him some actual playing time in the NFL.
Yeah.
Going into it when I had him as 5, I still think he's the weakest of all the quarterbacks from a quarterback position standpoint. But he bought him playing time by executing the plan that Kyle Shanahan put ahead, and they're going to keep implementing that plan, I think, until it gets stopped. But with him out on the field, and they were doing some run options with Raheem Morset, I was like, "There's no way." Raheem Mostert, sorry. Yeah. There's no way they could stop that. I mean, they are both almost untouchable, and so that's why for myself he bumped up so much. It's because he actually improved so much and actually said, "Coach, I provide some value to this team." Obviously, they already knew that they had value to this team, but he can help San Francisco 49ers from week 1 while also then playing Jimmy Garoppolo as well.
Yeah, and so for me, while I think all that's great, teams that have run a 2 QB system have historically struggled. Usually teams that are really successful have one guy back there that runs the offense and does it well. And so for me, from a quarterback perspective of like his actual quarterback performance, he was 19 of 41, 276 yards, and he threw 3 touchdowns, but he also threw an interception and had the most turnover-worthy plays of all quarterbacks in the draft class in the first round. He did have a rushing touchdown, so that is a bonus in his favor that he has that ability that a guy that we'll talk about in a minute does not have. But all in all, having a 46% completion percentage and eye test wise, I think he looked really raw. He did improve from week 1 to week 3 in the preseason, but he still looked very raw in week 3. And so I have high hopes for Trey Lance in the future. I just think he needs time to develop back there and go ahead and kind of just mature in the pocket and do that.
Well, absolutely, especially with Lance, he is going to mature and develop into the QB. But for him to get some valuable playing time now going into this season, I think is going to be huge for his career moving forward.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. And him, the more he's on the field, the better he'll get at reading defenses and things like that. So I do think it is good that he will possibly get on the field. It is a little concerning that they might run a 2 quarterback system, which historically has not done well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So